And we've got another one, more proof on video from South Africa, the home of apartheid, that Israel is not an apartheid state. Check it out. We're going to end on something we've done most weeks, proving Israel is not an apartheid state. This is this week's movie from Israel. Actually, this is from South Africa. The apartheid system in South Africa was defined in the dictionary as the implementation and maintenance of a system of legalized racial segregation in which one racial group is derived of their political and civil rights. It was a crime against humanity. It was horrible. It has ended, and thank goodness South Africa escaped from it. However, anti-Semites, anti-Israelis from around the world call Israel an apartheid state. Check out this video from South Africa.
It's a lie to try and label Israel an apartheid state. So we were very shocked, very surprised, and in fact, we were saddened that the world believes what is being said about Israel. I remember in particular when we took 27 young people from South Africa to go and see Israel for themselves. Because it's very powerful if you can say, I've seen X, Y, and Z, and this is why I say what I say. Our driver was a Muslim, an Arab, and our tour guide was a white Jew. And immediately they were like, okay, but hang on. During apartheid, we weren't allowed to have people sit next to each other, in fact, be with each other at the same place. We went to the Knesset, we went to the markets, we went into different working places, and we saw such intermingling and such diversity of people. How do you give that narrative to a people that have got absolutely nothing in comparison to apartheid? It's actually, I call it wicked, it's disgusting, and it pretty much trivializes and makes a mockery of what my parents went through, of the struggle, in fact. If South Africa was like this apartheid Israel that they talk about, we wouldn't have needed a need for the struggle because we would have been integrated and black people would have had the same opportunities as white people at that time.
A South African articulate woman on a talk show in South Africa, the home of apartheid, thank God it's over, telling you blacks are sitting next to whites, Muslims next to Jews, gays next to straights. You get it. Fully integrated society. It's probably the most integrated society on planet Earth, where the white people are the minority and there's more people of color than not. And they all have the same rights, but it doesn't make for good press, does it?
No, shut it down. Shut it down. That's not what we want people to see. We want division. We have to create division. We want to use your sex for division. We want to use your religion for division. We want to use your sexuality for division, your gender, everything. If we can't use it for division, then we shut you down.
You know, that's why I always say to people that make outlandish statements, well, Israel's an apartheid state.
Oh
I don't ask them where they got the idea. I know they did. Where, you know, MSNBC or, you know, some idiot like Joey Behar. I always tell you the same thing. How many times have you been to Israel? They all say the same thing.
0.
Never.
Yeah.
And I say, well, when you go, get on a bus, take the train, go to the market, go to the beach. Black families next to white families, next to Arab families, next to Druze families, next to Jewish families, next to Kurdish families, fully integrated. In the Army, same thing. I can't tell you how many people I know have served in the IDF in units where they're all together, religion and color and background and tribe and everything. You notice all the press about the 12 kids that were killed in northern Israel, rocket from Hezbollah last week.
None. The liberal media?
Oh, no. Well, exactly. But what I'm saying,
okay. You're talking about
what I'm saying, the 12 kids that were killed
right
were Druze.
Really?
So, yeah. And the Druze religion is an offshoot of Islam. And in the Israeli press, they're called 12 Israeli children. And the prime minister went there and prayed with the Druze community. And the Defense Department head, the Minister of Defense, went and prayed with them. And the rabbis went and prayed for the children.
Wow.
Because it's fully integrated. And they don't care what religion you are. And they don't care about your tribe. And they don't care about your racial identity. If you're Israeli, they grieve for you.
But the mainstream media, the government state media, they purposely leave that information out. The key details. It's always the key details that they leave out because they have an agenda. Same thing at the United Nations. Leave out the key details about this. We'll just use this to our advantage to attack Israel.
You know, UNIFIL, the United Nations force in Lebanon, actually concluded that it was a Hezbollah rocket that killed the 12 children, but it's not being reported in the press. Hezbollah denied it because it looks bad for them. They targeted a soccer game, which had hundreds of children on the soccer fields. They were blown up in front of their parents. And it's just a disgusting mass murder. But as I said, around the world, Israel's an apartheid state.
Yeah.
What do you do? We just keep telling the truth and hope some people get it.